there is a version of you that you haven't met yet. A version so cold, so calculated, and so relentlessly consistent that if you met him today, you wouldn't recognize him. You would fear him. Most people think discipline is about waking up early or eating clean. Real discipline is not a habit. It is an act of violence against your own weakness. It is the ability to look at your emotions, fatigue, and excuses and bury them alive. Machiavelli knew this. He wrote for strategists, not saints. Power requires you to be unstoppable. When you become truly disciplined, people don't just respect you, they get nervous around you. They sense a shift. They see a man who can no longer be manipulated. A man who has stopped negotiating with himself. That terrifies them. A man unbroken by his own mind is untouchable. You are here because you are tired. Not physically tired, soul tired. Exhausted by your own inconsistency. Sick of making promises to yourself that you break by noon. Watching others rise while you stay trapped in cycles of motivation, followed by collapse. You want out. You want to build a bulletproof mind. But this is not self-help, it is self-destruction. We will destroy the weak, dependent, emotional part of you so the ruler can emerge. Machiavelli's ruthless philosophy will guide your daily life. Freedom comes from fear through discipline. Most men are slaves to impulses, phones, opinions. Begin this path and you stop being a slave. You become a sovereign. But sovereignty has a price. Are you willing to pay it? Phase 1, the discipline of silence. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few see who you are." The average man broadcasts everything. Workouts, plans, new eras, seeking validation for effort not yet exerted. This is why he fails. You must do the opposite. Become a ghost. Silence is armor. It protects your intent and allows you to work in the dark, correcting mistakes unseen. Imagine disappearing for 6 months. No announcements, no explanations. Just work, the gym, the business, the mind. You cut noise, cheap dopamine, toxic friends. Re-emerge sharper, heavier. Your presence feels different. People feel it, see it in your posture, hear it in your silence. Start today, stop explaining yourself. Explanation is the language of the victim. The powerful execute without justification. Tired, shut up and work. Hurt, shut up and heal. Winning, shut up and keep winning. Let results speak. Comment below if you are ready to enter the void. Phase 2, emotional alchemy. Disciplined people are often misunderstood. They feel everything, pain, boredom, sadness, but they act in spite of it. Machiavelli argued that a leader must not be ruled by emotion but must use emotion. Discipline is the art of acting despite feelings. You take the lead weight of "I don't want to" and transmute it into the gold of "I did it anyway." Stop consulting your feelings before acting. You become dangerous. If your enemy knows you quit when tired, they wait. If you act despite misery, you are unpredictable and immune to circumstance. This scares people. They see you push harder when heartbroken, train harder when angry, focus deeper when miserable. They wonder, why isn't he stopping? He should be broken. Detached from emotion, your actions are unstoppable. Your emotions are weather. You acknowledge but don't obey. You are the prince. Your emotions are unruly subjects. Listen, but do not let them rule. If they riot, you crush them. Practice the seconds rule. When the alarm goes off, you have 3 seconds. Overthinking leads to comfort, not greatness. Move immediately. 1, 2, 3. Bypass negotiation with yourself. Over time, you rewire your neural pathways. You stop trying to be good and become a machine functioning regardless of feelings. When your internal state no longer dictates your output, you are free. You are untouchable because discipline removes vulnerability to circumstance and emotion. Phase 3, the weaponization of isolation. Machiavelli knew rulers must stand alone. A wise prince relies on what is under his control. Look at your circle. Are they pushing you or keeping you comfortable? Most fear solitude, filling silence with distractions. To rise, embrace isolation ruthlessly. When you grow, others may pull you back. Not from hate, but because your growth mirrors their stagnation. You become a mirror. In shape, in business, in ambition. They call you obsessed or cold good. Fun is the distraction of the average. You are here for mastery, not approval. Isolation is the laboratory of the great. In solitude, you discover who you truly are, away from others' noise. You hear your own voice, clarify your vision. Schedule total withdrawal. Monk mode, deep work. Lock the door, turn off the phone. Face boredom, anxiety, demons win in darkness. Walk into light with confidence. Phase 4, the fear of unpredictability. Machiavelli advised leaders to never be fully predictable. Better to be feared than loved. Fear preserves through dread. Love can break. Undisciplined men are predictable. They quit, complain, fold under pressure. Discipline makes you a glitch in their matrix. When someone insults you, you pause, then return to work. A crisis, you analyze, rebuild, don't panic. Losing money, you rebuild. They rely on your volatility. Remove their buttons and they are powerless. Your consistency becomes a weapon. Year after year, you execute. You are inevitable. That is scary. You want to be that man. The force that cannot be bargained with. Not aggressive, but implacable like a glacier. Slow, silent, crushing. Kill the part of you that craves sympathy. Stop seeking validation, pat on the back, or attention. Hiding your wounds gives no satisfaction to enemies. Stand tall, walk with purpose. Phase 5, the standard of the absolute. You fail because your standards are too low. You accept a reality where trying is enough and almost counts. Great empires didn't fall from enemies, they rotted from within. Discipline decayed, comfort replaced hardness. Luxury made them weak. You live in the most luxurious era in history. Heat, food, entertainment, pornography, sugar. Everything is designed to sedate you. Discipline in this world is rebellion. You must declare war on comfort. Set standards that feel unreasonable to others. Wake early, verify everything. Refuse softness. You don't explain your standards. You live them. Your existence exposes mediocrity and people resent that. It's easier for them to call you crazy than admit laziness. Let them. The Machiavellian man does not lower himself to be understood. He forces the world to rise or he leaves it behind. Become ruthless with your time. Time is the only resource you cannot recover. Every minute wasted scrolling, arguing, or worrying is stolen from your future empire. Guard your time like a dragon guards gold. Be brief, be direct, be unavailable. Scarcity creates value and discipline creates scarcity. By becoming mechanical in execution, you rise above competition. Most people compete in the average bracket. Few survive the thin air at the top. The silence is different there, the focus is different. When you arrive, you realize you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to dominate quietly. Phase 6. The death of the old self. This is the funeral. You must kill the version of you that needs approval, apologizes for ambition, and clings to comfort. Machiavelli warned that war cannot be avoided, only delayed. You are at war with your past self. Kill him or he kills your future. Your old self will whisper when things get hard. Rest, skip today. Just one drink, you must be ruthless. Shedding a skin is painful but necessary. You may lose friends, partners, even family approval. This is the tax of greatness. Don't complain about the tax, pay it. On the other side is rebirth. A version of you that operates on logic, not emotion. A man who sees the world as a chessboard, not a playground. He scares you a little, and he should. Power is frightening. This is not power over others. That is tyranny, this is power over self. That is majesty. When you walk into a room with total self-control, people feel it. They yield space without knowing why. You have the look of a man who has walked through the abyss and returned intact. The man who conquers himself is greater than the one who conquers cities. When discipline becomes your identity, the noise stops. Anxiety fades because anxiety comes from knowing you are unprepared. You stop fearing the future because you are building it daily. You stop fearing others because you know they cannot outwork you. This is freedom, but it is cold, lonely freedom. This freedom is the freedom of the wolf on the hill. The sheep are warm, safe, and fed, but trapped. You are cold, hungry, and exposed, but free. This is the choice before you. Comfort or power, the herd or the hunt. You cannot have both. Machiavelli wrote his philosophy in exile. Stripped of status, tortured, cast out. In darkness, he wrote truths that outlived kings. He didn't need applause, he needed truth. Your discipline is your truth. It is the only thing that truly belongs to you. They can take your money, your job, your reputation. They cannot take your discipline. They cannot take your ability to endure. That is your fortress, that is your throne. When everything else is gone, discipline remains. And that is why it is power. The world is getting softer, louder, more chaotic. This is your advantage. While they weaken, you harden. While they distract themselves, you focus. While they seek comfort, you seek the edge. You will scare them, not by trying, but by becoming what they refuse to be. Let them stare, let them whisper, let them fear. You have work to do. The path is cold and steep, and you must walk it alone. But you are ready now. If you have made it this far, you are part of the outliers. The rare few who endure. Prove it. Comment below. I choose the cold path. This is your declaration, not to them, but to yourself. Words don't matter unless followed by action. And now the work begins. If you want to go deeper into the psychology of power, discipline, and control, subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. This is not motivation. This is transformation, and we are only getting started. The old you is dead. He had excuses, comfort, and fear. He negotiated with weakness and lost. Bury him without ceremony. No mourning, no looking back. You are building something new now. A man of silence, discipline, and precision. A man who moves regardless of feeling. A man who executes while others explain. Now go, build the version of yourself that no longer asks permission. The version that cannot be manipulated. The version that terrifies weakness, especially your own.